Back. It's been a couple of days since I was last here. We've set up a camera up on the ridge, so we're going to leave that for probably a month. Maybe get some spring bears. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt today. The temperatures have really warmed up, and the snow, as you can see, is melted down quite a lot. But we're back because one of my camera traps has fallen over. Potentially because all this melting, the stability of where it was just wasn't strong enough. As we're going up this way, I'll check some trail cameras along the way. And the first one is just up ahead of me by the dam, where we saw all of those catfish heads. So maybe we might have an otter on there, I'm hoping. So I've got a big bag of tools with me to try and fix the camera trap mount. So it's a little bit heavy, but right, we're almost there, so we're going to have a look. Well, there's still lots of fish heads around here, and I think with all the melting water, it's kind of bringing them closer. So I'll just put it on the app and see if we can download some footage, and fingers crossed we've got an otter on there. That'll be really cool. Looks like there's quite a few videos on here, and we only set this camera up a few days ago. Let's have a look, see what we've got. So first one on here, we've got a raven coming down and having a look. What else do we have on here? Lots and lots of raccoons. Didn't even think that there would be the raccoons. Because I originally just thought straight away it's got to be otters, but I can see lots of raccoon activity, lots of ravens. Oh, is that a mink? Oh, it looks like there's a fisher. Oh wow, that's really cool. I hope it's a fisher. Or maybe it's a mink. I think it's a mink. Wishful thinking. There's some daytime ones here. This would be a really good place to put a camera. Unfortunately, I've got them all up by the logs at the moment, but maybe for another time. Let's have a look. I can't quite tell because it's hard to tell on a small phone screen, but it looks like maybe it's a mink, but it could very well be a fisher on there. Again, lots and lots of raccoons taking full advantage of all of the free food up for grabs. And if this camera had smell sensors on it, you'd be able to smell quite vividly the rotting catfish heads that are all around here. Oh, perfect. I've just found our culprit. We have an otter. That is, oh, we have 2 otters. Oh wow, 3 otters. Couldn't believe it. That's amazing. I knew that there had to be some sort of predator here, and I'd seen otters last year. Wow, 3 otters. Really cool to see that. Wow. That's amazing to see them here. Wow. And that was the same day that we put this camera out. So we've had otters, mink, possible fisher, who knows, I'll have to check when I get back, ravens and raccoons. A real hotspot here. That's incredible. Right, well, I'll download those clips onto here, and then we'll head on. There's another trail camera before we go to where the log camera is, and we did have a few visitors recently, so I'll be interested to see what's on there, and we'll go and have a look. So this next camera that we're checking is just here, and it's been looking at the walkway just over there. So I'll see if we've got anything on there as well. That'd be interesting. There's a few videos on there, but it's I think it's just me and Dan, and also the local landowner going for his usual walk. So Yep, I can see the dog there as well. So there's nothing on this camera, but I just want to kind of see, with all this melting water, or melted snow rather, and all these streams popping up, there's sort of limited access as to where animals can cross, and this is one of those areas. So by having the camera here, I just wanted to kind of get an idea of if things are starting to wake up, what sort of species and animals, and that's why we've got the camera trap over by the log. That camera trap is currently looking at the floor, so luckily nothing went past the camera last night, so I'm back here today, and it looks like a lot of the snow has melted to create a sort of a bigger stream down where the log was. When we first set the camera up, there was still quite a lot of snow, so it's going to make it a lot easier for me, hopefully, to walk into the camera, because I can just follow the stream going up as opposed to trekking through all of this prickly ash here. So I'll get out of here, and hopefully we'll see you over by the other camera. So, as I suspected, the camera's just tipped over on itself here. I've just walked up the river, the streams, and I can see that the camera's still working. I have an idea of some animals I've walked past, but I'm going to check the camera first and see what we've got. Okay, yeah, I can see it's a bit of a slope going down here, so I'll be moving this at some point. Let me just have a look. Everything's still working, the flashes and everything. Okay, so I've got a few photos. There's 169 on here. Some of them are in the evening. Okay, so what did we get coming through? So we have a squirrel. What's that? See if I can zoom in. Another squirrel. Another squirrel. Ah, we have usual suspects and raccoons, which is always really interesting. And it looks like we've got a barred owl. I don't think it's going to be super in focus because it's a bit further down the log. But wow, that's my first ever camera trapped owl. Now, I had an idea, as I say, because I've got a reel-in camera over there. I like to use sort of a live camera for these setups, just because, as we've seen here, this camera's tipped over. And if I just had a trail camera for this type of scenario, then I wouldn't have known, and I'd probably end up with lots more images of the ground. But wow, we've got an image of a barred owl and its wings are up, which is really cool. There's one of it on the log looking the other way. And luckily, the one where its wings are up, it's looking directly towards the camera, which is really cool. Some more squirrels. More squirrels. Some raccoons. That's really cool. They're quite common around here, but I always find them really interesting. Some raccoons in the snow. Some more squirrels. And then that's me leaving the last time. So, and there's lots of pictures of me and Dan. Well, that's really interesting. We got the owl on the camera. And as I say, the sort of water that's in this creek is starting to fill up a little bit more, and wildlife is maybe a bit more inclined to use this log as a kind of walkway. So I'm going to kind of do a few amendments here, and then once I've done that, I'll come back to you guys. So I've just put in a new stand here. Hopefully that will alleviate any stability issues that we have going on here. Just checked everything. Let's do that one more time. Yep, I can see that the flashes are all going off. And hopefully now I can leave this camera out for much longer time. It's only probably 4 days ago that I came and set this camera, but Really cool that we got the owl on there. That was fantastic. First ever camera trapped image of that. We also got the otters as well down by the dam, which is incredible. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave these cameras now probably for a month. Probably the next time you see this setup, there probably won't be any snow around. It'll all be melted down, but I'm really hoping maybe we get a fisher. Obviously the ideal situation would be a bobcat walks over this, but not too sure about that. But everything's all set up now, and all that's left to do is go back to the car. So we'll catch you on the next one.